All right. Just about ready to go. Just calling up a page here real quick so that we can get something done. Where is that? Fine. Give me just a second. I'm looking up a thing. Alright, there we go. Hello, and welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. I am DDO's Community Manager Cordovan, and we're here today. We're going to be on G-Land for week 2 of 2, running Ravenloft stuff. But before I get to that, I did want to talk a little bit about some extended downtime tomorrow that we have going on. 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern. The game worlds will be down for two things. Both games are going to be down for just like database maintenance, OS patching, various technical things that our tech ops team is like, yo, we got to do some of this stuff. But the other thing is on the DDO side, we are releasing a small game update. Most of it is not in the release notes. There are no formal release notes for it. I did talk a little bit about it in the downtime messaging, but I want to talk a little bit about it here as well. So, one of the main things we're doing tomorrow is doing a fix that will solve a version that's degrading the game client performance. One of the big questions I've been getting is, when are we going to fix the hitching? We are not ready to say that we are going to fix it tomorrow, but there's a good chance we are going to fix it tomorrow. And here's the kind of long story as to that one. So, our engineer's been looking at the hitching for quite some time. We've been running kind of debuggers on our personal game clients and things like that to send information to the engineer, who is then pouring through all this stuff. And here's what the engineer came up with. It looks like the feat directory, what's called the active feat directory, has become large enough that it is causing client hitches every time it's loaded from the disk. So on the engineer's workstation, it took a couple of seconds to load from what's called the singleton bank. And not specifically just the singleton bank, but the singleton get directory, which is another word for a subsection of the feat directory. The feat directory is not just something that deals with feats. It's sort of misnamed. It's referenced often in the game client, including when you're generating tooltips for spells or casting spells. What happens is the feat directory gets loaded, and then periodically it flushes, so it gets unloaded. So what's happening then, and why we're seeing this strange performance, is that periodically when it needs to load up the feat directory has become large enough that it's sort of too big for its britches. It's basically causing a loading error on the screen. So we think that sounds an awful lot like the hitching. And the engineer has put a fix in place to solve this issue. Here's the catch. Due to the way our internal servers work, we aren't getting the hitching on our internal dev clients. We are on our home game clients and on the live game clients, but not on the, say, internal development clients because of the way the architecture works there. So while we believe this is the fix, we have no way to test it to make sure that it's the fix. It sounds like the thing, and the fix should work, but until we actually open up the game worlds after 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow and run around to the game worlds and see, did this solve the thing, we're not really ready to announce that we've solved the hitching. But I knew that you guys can be a little bit more technical on this stuff, so I wanted to go into a little bit about what's going on. So outside of, say, the OS and security patching and all the kind of tech ops stuff that's the bulk of the downtime tomorrow, we are doing a small game update to hopefully take care of this. We're basically leaning up the feat directory and dealing with the different sort of memory caching things so that it doesn't have to unload and then load and then cause this problem that we're running into. We also have a couple of exploit fixes tomorrow that I ain't talking about. They are the big old exploits. Oh my god, did my exploit get fixed? Well, if you'd like to PM me and let me know what your exploit is, I'd be happy to tell you whether or not we're going to fix it. The other thing is there's a couple of things that are so kind of inside baseball it's not worth doing release notes for. Like, we're fixing a WSL context crash of the instance system latent teleport. We're changing a scriptlet to remove a default call. We're fixing an issue with floats and inherent skill marker feats. And we're also looking into a minor issue with the context area is tavern shrew. So I have no idea what all that means. It's basically internal stuff. Can we celebrate when the channel hits 200,000 views? Yeah, that sounds great. Looking up that weekend bonus. No, the weekend bonus, as of tomorrow, will be the Resia Ice Games and the Midwinter Festival. We have got both of those winter events kicking off tomorrow. They'll be coming up when our downtime is over. And let me get the end date on that as well. That runs through Wednesday, February 7th. So it starts tomorrow, January 25th, when we go up from the downtime, and it will run through Wednesday, February 7th, being turned off in the morning Eastern Time on Thursday, February 8th. Midwinter Festival and Resia Ice Games. Okay. Hey, DDO Geek Mom, nice to see you here. We can't put it on we can't open up Lamania for the downtime day because of the nature of the server and OS patching we're doing. Has all the snow melted away? Sure, pretty much. Around here, we actually had a bit of a rain and warm sweep, so got rid of most of that snow. All right. Have we heard the cry from barbarians they need a buff? I don't know that I would agree with that. I think barbarians are in not a bad place. I saw Menace of the Underdark listed in the DDO market, but I did not see it back on the in-game store for points. Is that still a thing, or did I just confuse the market with the in-game store? It is not yet available in the DDO store because we don't support bundles in the DDO store. We have done a little bit of look into the permanent lava type bug where it's persisting longer than it should, but we have not yet resolved that one. Alright, over on YouTube, I was wondering how the platinum cost for resetting Reaper enhancement trees is calculated. At certain levels it seems to skyrocket. Yep. It's based on the number of times you've reset it and the tier that you're looking, or I think that you've reached on it. And it's big, because people were saying plat is useless and they have millions of plat and they need a plat sink, so the person doing it was like, okay then. Yeah, thanks Druid's Fire for being here. Why can't the Planescaller teleport us to the Forgotten Realms? That is a lore restriction. Ooh, yeah, I'll take that. Nice. That was a pretty good daily dice roll. Major XP elixir? Okay. Alright, so yeah, it looks like I'm ready to go here then. Let's head over to Raven at the Door. It looks like that's where we left off. I'm not sure, Canecorn, why you're getting a weird graphic thing with your extra inventory slot. It's a gray square with a white horizontal line on the bottom and a vertical line on the right. The only thing I can think of is that maybe it's a game client issue. One of your DAT files got corrupted. Seems weird to me. I don't know. Yeah, it could be a theme issue. As a matter of fact, if you are running on an old player-created UI, that would probably also cause it.
The servant's door was not sealed. A sign that Jesper the Raven made.
There are crafting items crates. Yes, they're available. What in? Were they in this year's Night Revels? And they're also in the DDO store. When is the Mimic Hunt coming back? It's been a few months. I thought it was going to be quarterly. That is our intention, is to make it quarterly. But unfortunately, every time we bring it out, we find exploits. So until we can resolve the current exploit, it's going to have to stay away for now. Okay, cool. It does sound like it was maybe a user skin thing. Any news on the producer's letter? Yes. It's been largely written. We have a few little kind of wording tweaks and things like that to do on it. The main sticking point at this point is it has been sent out to our licensors for approval, and we're waiting for them to get through the approvals process. And when that happens, we will, once we get the go-ahead from all the various people that need to sign off on a thing, we will be publishing it. I can't speak as to how long this is going to take. Usually a week or two. Sometimes sooner. All kind of depends. But it's largely done, so that's good. And as soon as we get the go-ahead, assuming that there's no issues that we hear from our licensors or things, you know, suggestions that would require us to resubmit it, we should be good to go there. Yep, I'm on Galanda. This is the final week for Galanda, so as of next week we will be on that'll be, yes, I can use the alphabet appropriately and determine that we will be on Kyber next week. Any new Rezia Midwinter recipes? No. Ah, no! Nice. No, Featherfall. There we go. What level on Kyber? That would be epic levels. I've got the old Beefheart the Vegetarian, Armagh. I believe he's 28, 29, something like that. We would like to update those festivals. We just haven't had time. We were focusing, you know, on the night revels, and then we were focusing on you know, Ravenloft and things like that. We just haven't had time to get to the Rezia Ice Games and Midwinter Festival.
Its sickly sweet smell permeates the wreckage. Something large but unseen.
We will announce when Ravenloft is available in the DDO store for points. I have nothing to announce at this time. We have the FAQ, which gives a approximate date and the cost, and that is the final word up until the day it is released. Any chance of playable kobolds this year? No. Sorry. No plans to do playable kobolds this year. You can find a link to that FAQ. It's just the basic Ravenloft FAQ. Should be on DDO.com. Should be on the wiki. I'm surprised you haven't put that on the wiki yet. Yeah, so Titan, I saw your sentience question about why no sentience on Legendary, Greensteel, and Thunderforged. It's a technical issue, and one that we don't intend to fix. Those systems do not need sentience.
Come to the door of the witch's den. You recall the password from Jesper's journal. You whisper, and the wards on the door fade. Many sets of green eyes shine out at you from the darkness. They regard you with a haughty aloofness that only one creature across the many planes has truly. The withered forms of two hags glare at you from across their cauldron. One of them, the taller of them,
that many vampire screechings giving me a reminder of Night Revel.
Yeah, no doubt. Will more big crafting systems debut in the future? I would say odds are good that at some point in the future we will have big item crafting. At the moment, though, we're pretty happy with sentient weapons, and I think we'll be sticking with sentience for a little while. We're a game. We're an online game. We'll never stop with one thing. Are we going to stop with sentience? Yes, we will never release another item again.
And she licks her lips. Such a little bambino, sister. I think we need more meat for our pot, don't you? The cauldron's fiery heat abates. These vile crones have uttered their
Well, I know kobolds, we just don't have, we have other plans. And I don't know if the community in general is actually that big in favor of it. You know, we had thought about that back in the day before Dragonborn, and the end result was people saying no, they're not interested. So. Never say never. Maybe people's minds will change on that. But it's certainly not something we're spending our development time on now. Oh, need to go up.
You quaff the witch's brew, and you watch as your body evaporates into a fine mist. By strength of will alone, you push yourself through the tiny.
Any plans to have a look at the new
on the inside
coat items from Ravenloft? They look awesome, but there's clipping with two-handed fighting.
The tower seems to be bigger on the inside somehow.
Are you talking about basically the Vampire Hunter's cloak and the Barovian?
Steps coming from above serves as a warning that it does not
Noble
lack
outfit?
for guards.
There's a certain limitation on our, frankly, somewhat older Avatar system. I don't know that we're ever going to completely resolve clipping for all cases. But perhaps we could take a look at it. Oh, the armor's from Ravenloft. The Coat of the Traveler and the Mist-Laden Vestments. Okay. I don't know. I'll have to take a look and see what we know about that and what we have in our queue. Sometime my charms bug and start attacking the party and I can uncharm them. Is that working as intended? I would say it depends as to what the nature of that charm is. If you're talking about confusion, like say from a warlock, that is indeed meant that they will sometimes attack the party and sometimes attack you. If you're looking at, say, Symbol of Persuasion or, you know, Suggestion or something like that, then they should not be attacking the party. That would be strange that Charm Monster would attack the party rather than you. That's news to me.
This book's pages are brittle with age, and much of it is illegible. But what you can make out suggests the author is none other than Strahd himself. Perhaps your allies back in town can make sense of it.
So with everything we can do with lesser TRing, change alignment, buying autos boxes, when will you guys incorporate a way to change a race of a character without going to 20 in reincarnation? We do not plan to do that I'm aware of. Sorry. Can I fix the look bug? That's a weird one to me. I saw someone report that on the forums that they're right-clicking and somehow it's shooting go up to the ceiling. I'm not seeing that. So I don't quite know. I almost wonder if maybe it's... Well... Have you checked to make sure there's not like a little hair in your optical mouse or anything like that? I'm not saying it's not happening. I just, we definitely are not getting large reports of that. I'm not quite sure what's up. I need to get to my account bank and start dropping off. I can't remember. Is it
Mad Tea Party next?
Correct.
Thanks.
What is the point of evil weapons in the game? I can't be evil. Vast majority of mobs are evil, so what's the point? Not all mobs are evil. And we don't really have evil weapons, but my understanding is we do have chaotic weapons, which is a little bit different. And that works toward lawful creatures like, say, devils and things like that. Guinness sentience gem. No. Ow, ow. Nice.
Lady Boktor and Baron Volakovich are plotting each other's demise. Can you afford to side with the lesser evil? And if so, can you tell which one that is?
Oh, you're right. Unholy weapons. Okay. Well, anyway, like I said, not all creatures in the game are evil, so these weapons are good for them.
According to Lady Fiona Voktor, this secret passage leads straight to the Baron's manor across the way.
People often use Vin Diesel, yes, we want a Vin Diesel DM and all that sort of thing. I'm not opposed. If you know Vin Diesel, and you think he would be interested in doing something for DDO, let us know. Probably going to take some politics to get that happening. He's a busy guy. He gets a lot of offers. There already is a me-voiced Jewel Shoemaker. Let's see. I think maybe you charmed them while they are confused. Would that be intended? Like a confused mob being charmed? That's interesting. That might well explain the behavior you're seeing. That might make sense, that it would somehow not... Because it'll flip the state, but if the state is already kind of confused, maybe that would be sort of like a double charm, like a double negative sort of thing. New mysterious remnant rewards anytime soon. Unclear. There, let me help with that. Back away, let me take care of it. So if I do that one, and I do that one, there we go. Trying to remember how to fix this when you've screwed it up. That would be that. And to get that one undone, I do it's this, and then it should be that. Rotate it around. There we go.
Nice. Knew there was a reason we let him in.
Yep. I've had to do that a couple of times before. Where am I going? What am I doing? Where am I? Who am I? Okay. There we go. A healing Gamp augment? Yeah, we get that one a lot. Yeah, Felicia Day would be neat too. I haven't seen her much lately though. I think she's kind of backing away from a lot of public stuff and doing a little more kind of executive level stuff. At least that's the way it seems. Maybe I'm wrong. So what you're saying, Titan, is you can do 1,000 damage per hit, but you want more damage. Never enough. God, nobody would actually want a Gilbert Godfrey gem. Come on, you know it's true. Nobody wants a Gilbert Godfrey gem. Maybe one person wants it.
Oh, I want to go for Godfrey gem.
No, you don't. Really? You would really pay money for a Gilbert Gottfried gem? Really?
Gonna have to use it once every like 10 lives. I don't think I could handle it. Past that.
You know what's annoying? When I take item damage, that's what's annoying. Why did you die? You died over and over again. Yeah. Oop. That's true. I did know that she had a kid, but wasn't that a couple of years ago at this point? Maybe a year plus? Seems like it's been a while. And these blue Abishai will just, especially on the champion side here, will take you out. What? Nobody's gonna resurrect me? Yay, we did it. Okay. Do I actually have knock? I don't know. Probably not. Nice. Alright, cool. Why don't we just sort of leave them in place for now? Yes, now Bruce Campbell, I bet, would be a good one. But I also have a feeling Bruce Campbell might be out of our price range.
Into a bar. Joan Rivers is the bartender. He sees a sign over the bar that reads, cheese sandwich.
Exactly. Could no one unlock this gate here? Oh, it is unlocked. Never mind.
I don't know, that's pretty glorious.
Yeah, I could see that. The brainstorming aspect of finding dungeon masters for voices is the easy part. It's the contractual stuff, working through their schedules, getting them to agree to it, in some cases meeting their requirements, making sure that when necessary they are SAG members, things like that. That tends to be the kind of sticking point. So. Some of the ones that have been suggested in terms of, like, say, you know, Critical Role on Matt Mercer, or, you know, what have you. You know, we certainly are on the same page there. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. This is my boomstick.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And the Fonzie gem just goes, hey. Yeah. What is this sorcery? An ambush?
Lady Fiona Doctor smiles confidently.
Oh. Pow. James Earl Jones. I don't think James Earl Jones would say hello on your answering machine for less than $1 million. That guy is, you know, way outside of our price range. Hey, Mickey on Facebook. Nice to see you. Assign your own waves to an MP3 as a gem. That's a cool idea too. I think that would be probably a database issue though, because you're talking about sort of OGG Vorbis files, which, you know, aren't that big. But you're looking at, like, what, 87 audio files per sentient joule. So if someone were to do them all themselves and you had 100 people uploading that, you're all of a sudden looking at, you know, 870 audio files. And then combine it by way more than 100, and then next thing you know, it's just untenable. Oh yeah, it could reference local files theoretically, although I don't know. As soon as you would allow that, it might be... I don't know. Nonetheless, ain't gonna happen.
Alright, let me get the Ranger.
Sure. Xylo, can we get the DDO music playlist on YouTube for my PNP nights? I would like to listen to Ravenloft while playing.
Okay. You might have gone AFK again.
Potentially. It's something I've been looking into to see what I can do. If not on YouTube, then perhaps elsewhere. Where is everybody? Are they up here? We still have something to do down here yet.
Maybe I'll just ask you this, Cordy, because I put one of those macabre weapons, turned it into a collar for my dog, and I haven't seen the whole quest. He hasn't been, like, regaining any SP on attacks. I mean HP.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing that might be buggish, or perhaps the bug is that that weapon can be turned into a pet collar.
I just wanted to know if you knew anything about vampirism and pups. Thanks for the response.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's one or the other. Either it's not intended to be turned into an arty weapon and just flagged wrong, or perhaps it is and it's just not carrying over. By any odds, have you seen your own hit points maybe go up?
See, I'm actually using one myself, so I'm not sure if that's the best. I guess I could change weapons.
Because that might be just a thought that perhaps what it's actually doing is not applying to your pet, but applying to you. I have no idea, Shoemaker, where you heard a rumor about that. Nothing I've heard about. We're not opposed to putting in some more wayfinders, but certainly not anything I've heard us actually planning to do. Any news on a mailbox in Ravenloft yet? No.
This gentleman is resting, impeccably dressed with 2 coins upon his eyelids. While he hasn't drawn a breath in years,
Do we have someone to take care of this trap?
him from decomposing. There's room in this bed for 2. Alchemical paraphernalia on which the chest is filled with human bones, an adult human skull among them. Carved into its forehead are the words, "Traitor to Zarovich Crown."
We will announce when Ravenloft is available in the DDO store at the time that it is available. The last word on that is the FAQ, which is pretty explicit about what bundles will be offered, how much it'll cost, and when it will be there.
A young woman's voice pleads from behind the door. "Can little kitty come out to play?" Young woman hisses as she jumps onto her bed. "Little kitty doesn't know you. Little kitty doesn't like your smell." the evocator does a double take. Oh, you made it this
Man, this quest is so good for collectibles. Update 38 coming to Lamani in the next month or so? Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, maybe Shrine up, and then we'll go to Baron Valakovich. It's true, King. Originally there was a mailbox in the town of Alaki, but the problem is the town of Alaki is a monster entity space, and we're concerned that it will be open the mailing system up for exploits if we put one there. So I think we're just going to not be able to put one there. But we're still thinking about it. It's probably more likely we'll get some art asset support and then put it inside the Tavern Direct. Yeah, Cosmic Dog, we can put a mail... Well, we have never actually put a mailbox inside of a tavern before, but we think we can do it, but like we say, it's going to take a little bit of art asset support to create a lore-appropriate and licensor-approved mailbox that would go inside of a tavern. We'll probably do something like the Forgotten Realms post, but we're going to have to get rid of the bird on it. And that's just going to take a little bit of art support. And so it's got to go through their pipeline and their scheduling and what have you.
one another's schemes, and rightly so. An uneasy sense of doubt creeps over me. What monster or lunatic will come forth to rule Vallaki now?
Groovy.
I always get these spectacles. Does anyone want them?
Yeah, we might be able to do it through an NPC entity as well, like vegan pants. It's just at this point, it's really just a matter of fitting it into the rest of the development process. So there is technically a lore reason. Like in the pen and paper module, there should technically be no way to send a letter out from the mists of Barovia. That's why they're stuck in Barovia. But we're going to kind of fudge it to allow for gameplay, which will just kind of make a little sense there. So technically there probably should be no mail in Barovia, but I think we're going to do it anyway. Because people want to check their mail. Understood. All right. Is the Reesia Ice Games running? Amy Lee over on YouTube asks. Tomorrow. After our downtime tomorrow, the Reesia Ice Games and Midwinter Festival should be available, and they'll be around through February 7th. Alright, that is going to do it with the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Thank you very much for being here. I will get you guys a DDO points code in the in-game mail a little bit later on today for the folks in the party with me. And for everyone in chat room, thank you very much for being here. And just a reminder, I am not doing Friday afternoon anymore, so I will be back next Wednesday live on Kyber on the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Haven't decided what we're running yet. We'll figure it out as we get a little bit closer to that. Thank you very much for being here, and I will talk to you again soon.